Good morning, my students. Today I want to discuss from my topic Booel, bridge over the ocean of English language. The form is that verb, love, number and person. In my previous video, I discussed the other forms of verb. Active voice present tense in the form of present perfect tense. I have loved. We have loved. He has loved. They have loved. Clear? Simple. Very simple. You know earlier. Passive voice, I have been loved. We have been loved. He has been loved. They have been loved. Clear? Now, in the past tense, I had loved. We had loved. You had loved. He had loved. They had loved. Clear? Now, passive voice, I had been loved. We had been loved. You had been loved. He had been loved. They had been loved. Once you know the verb form, it is clear for you. Understand? Now come to the perfect continuous. I have been loving. We have been loving. You have been loving. He has been loving. They have been loving. But no passive form in the case of perfect continuous. No passive form here. Past tense, I had been loving, we had been loving, you had been loving, he had been loving, they had been loving. But in case of passive voice, no passive voice. So in perfect continuous, no passive form in the case of past perfect continuous. And what you learn that perfect continuous present tense, you know earlier these forms, no passive form, but past tense also no passive form. So in the case of perfect continuous, in present tense and past tense both no passive form. Clear? Now come to the future tense. Active voice, I shall have loved. In case of perfect tense, future perfect tense, we shall have loved, you will have loved, he will have loved, they will have loved. Future tense, future perfect tense. Passive voice of future perfect tense, I shall have been loved, we shall have been loved, you will have been loved, he will have been loved, they will have been loved. Understand? They will have been loved. These are the forms of future perfect tense. Now future perfect continuous, I shall have been loving, we shall have been loving, you will have been loving. Clear? You will have been loving. See the board. You will have been loving. He will have been loving. They will have been loving. But in case of passive form, no passive form of the perfect continuous future perfect continuous tense. No passive form. I have written no passive form here. So, my students, I think that it is clear for you. It is clear for you. I have already told you the form of present perfect and present perfect continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. Just you remember these 2 points. In case of present perfect continuous, no passive form. In case of present perfect continuous, no passive form. In case of past perfect continuous, also no passive form. In case of future perfect continuous, no passive form. These three aspects are very important to remember. Students, I think that you are practicing on the basis of my previous video, Booel. From grammatical portions, I have selected the main topics which is needed for spoken and conversation. In the next video, I try to develop your energy, your spirit, how to talk fluently and converse nicely. Thank you. Have a nice day.